The day after my husband became the richest man in Avinder, his 3 mistresses came to our door at the same time. Part 2. I stared at him, my stomach twisting. They gave me children, he continued, his voice steady. They've spent years living in a cramped little house, never once complaining. And you? You've been here, living in comfort, reaping the benefits of my success. So don't act like a victim. It was the first time Joshua had ever spoken to me like this, and for a moment, I couldn't process it. I swallowed hard. Do you even hear yourself? What exactly are you saying? What do you want? Joshua exhaled, his tone softening slightly, like he actually thought he was being kind. Don't misunderstand me, he said. I'm not some heartless man who abandons his wife for his mistresses. I almost laughed. He went on, completely serious. I've thought this through. These 6 children are my flesh and blood. I can't just leave them out in the cold. So, from now on, you'll be their legal mother. You'll adopt them and raise them properly. For a moment, I forgot how to breathe. When the 6 kids heard Joshua's announcement, they all reluctantly mumbled, Mom. Joshua, looking pretty proud of himself, nodded. See? They're already warming up to you. Then he went on like it was no big deal. But, of course, the kids can't just be ripped away from their biological mothers. So, let me lay it out for you. The 3 of them are moving in, but they'll respect you. I promise. My eyes widened in disbelief, but he wasn't done. And I'll still make sure to come to your room on the 1st and 15th of every month. No matter who I love most, you'll always be my wife. At that moment, I couldn't help but feel like I had somehow stepped into a historical drama. Like I was the queen in some ancient palace and Joshua was the emperor who only had to show up to my chambers twice a month. At first, I thought he was kidding, but as I stood there staring at him, it hit me, he was dead serious. He was actually planning to move in his mistresses and kids and turn our house into his own little harem. I didn't know whether to cry or laugh, so I did both, mostly because I didn't know what else to do. But the weird part, the others, Jeanette, Willa, and Scarlett, actually looked relieved. Like they were finally off the hook or something. Jeanette and Willa exchanged a look, then nudged Scarlett. The 3 of them walked up to me, glasses in hand. Since we're family now, Jeanette said, flashing me a grin, how about some water? I swear, my scalp tingled and my mind felt like a blur of racing thoughts. How was I supposed to explain that this wasn't the dynasty life anymore? That people didn't do this anymore? I stood there, biting my lip, trying to gather my thoughts. Then, I finally just blurted out, you know what? I can't do this, Joshua. I want a divorce. You can do whatever you want, be with whoever you want. I'm done. Joshua went pale, like he didn't expect me to cut to the chase without a big scene. Scarlett, though, looked pleased as punch. Divorce is fine, but you leave with nothing. You're the one in the wrong here. I blinked, totally thrown off. Wait, I'm the one in the wrong? Joshua's been messing around with 3 women and has almost enough kids to form a soccer team and I'm the one at fault? Scarlett gave me a look like it was obvious. Yep, because you don't have kids. We've all been giving him heirs and without that, you're not even a queen. You lose your throne. I was about to argue, but then I remembered the call I had earlier, so I just bit my tongue. Instead, I nodded like I had agreed with everything she said. Right. I'm wrong. I can't give him heirs. I'll leave with nothing. I'll give up my throne. Before they could say anything else, I grabbed my phone and headed out the door. As I was leaving, I turned back and shot them a quick look. See you in court tomorrow at 8 the next morning. I showed up at the court. Joshua and his 3 ladies were already there, of course. Thankfully, the kids didn't tag along. Would have been a circus otherwise. Since most of our wealth was joint property and we hadn't worked out any divorce agreement, I could tell the 3 women were sizing me up, waiting to see if I would suddenly decide to fight for half of everything. But I wasn't wasting time. I sat down and just said, divorce. I'll leave with nothing. When I said that and even signed the papers right then and there, the look on their faces was priceless. Even the people at the divorce office were kind of shocked. Joshua was quiet for a long time before finally speaking. Jolie, I didn't think you'd actually go do this. Last night, Jeanette said you'd leave with nothing today and I don't know. I felt bad. I let out a sharp laugh. Oh, please, just sign the damn papers and stop wasting my time. His face reddened, but instead of signing, he hesitated. Look, I know you never gave me children, but we've been married for years. I can't just let you walk away with nothing.